Hello and good evening and welcome to Mildenhall part 2. And today, bear with me one moment, we'll be talking a bit more about the layout. It won't be very long because there isn't a huge amount to say. Let me just get myself straightened out. And welcome to autumn, I should say. So, let's just make sure we get everything right. Excellent. I did put a small hello, Alan. Yes, you're first. Welcome to Mildenhall. And Piccadilly Mall. Hello, John Waller. Welcome. And I've got so many of your videos to watch still. There's so many I've got to catch up on. You're doing a grand job there over at the Piccadilly Model Railway. It's just fantastic. I mean, the work that you've done actually has been tremendous, actually. So the first thing to see is it's true. Mark Dukes, welcome to the stream. And as you can see, we have a board and a top, and it was just put up on Facebook today. I'm not. Yeah, I know. It's only, as my brother says, just a classic oval. And that's exactly what it is. It's nothing particularly grand. It's just, as it so happens, it actually doesn't even fill the board because the track that's actually here is actually track that has been resurrected from Ringwood South and also tracks that are of equal lengths. I've got a load of track in a box over there, but unfortunately what it is that it's all uneven pieces. So the only way that I can kind of make a substantial length of oval track was just by using the track that I've got here, as you can see. So, and I didn't want to start buying track because, to be truthful, hello Cotter Small, welcome to the stream, David Jones that is, and basically I didn't really want to start buying track because I have no idea what the track plan is going to be. All I wanted to do is just see if I can run a train and see if we can get a train going today. So, we have. Hello, Anthony from Strathmore. Thank you and welcome to the stream. Like I said, it's not going to be a very long stream because not much has been done. Good evening, Richard from New Junction. All I have at the moment is currently basically some board, which was only done today. The board was, the top was only just put on it today, which is why it's looking a bit kind of like that. It looks unfinished. But other than that, if I just sort of take you around this way, you can sort of see down here that it is all painted up, so it's looking okay. Yeah, thank you, Richard. And it's not too bad. If I just see if she will run. There you go, look. Just to prove we do have a train running. Hello, Mark. So yes, it's a good enough start. All it is just a single oval with just one train. That's it. Nothing very exciting. So that's the end of the stream. It's basically I just wanted to try and see if I could get a train running. I needed to work out what I want to do. I don't know what the track plan is going to be, to be honest. I've got a few ideas of what I'd like to do. This is only just running on a DC, and that's the first thing I should say. It's just running off a Combi walkabout controller because there's no DCC added to this yet. This is one of my recent acquisitions that I bought back in February from the FebEx Model Railway exhibition. So one of the nice things is actually this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, which is to chat to you guys and actually have some trains running in the background. Well, at least I've got one. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, as I said, but I've basically finished the framework, although it's looking like I might have to just strengthen it slightly, so which is what I'm going to be doing, just along the bottom, just to brace it some more. So I think it's going to need it, to be honest, when it's moving about, so it's not twisting. At the moment, it's doing a little bit of twisting, so I'm a little bit worried about it. So I am going to strengthen it some more. So that's the one thing I'm going to do before I start putting paneling around the sides. But at the moment, we have a Class 50 running on a 9.5 foot layout by about 4 feet. So that's what we're going to have at the moment. That's the full length. Now, whether or not I split this in half, I'm not sure. Part of me is kind of thinking of splitting it in half and having the back end where the 50 is at the moment, basically as a fiddle yard. It is, and it's nice that I can actually have trains running and not actually kind of having to stop in terms of trying to bring it back. Hello Dave Gilmore, welcome to the stream. And it's quite nice to do. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. You see people like Richard over at New Junction, and he's got, he's got his trains running around on the circuits, having a nice conversation. Hello, Tim from Scrapline Muller Railway. And, you've got a train running in the background, and it's nice to be able to do that. Whereas with Ringwood South, I just couldn't do that, and it just at least creates a bit of interest. I mean, I know it's only just one train trundling around, but it is what it is for now. No, it's not based on anything, to be honest. It's just going to be literally the same stock I was running before, except it's running on this layout as opposed to any other layout that I've done previous. So I haven't really changed the era or anything as such or anything like that. Although I have toyed with a few ideas. Now I should say that actually this track isn't actually pinned to the board. It's actually just sitting on top of the board, and it's the same with the combi and the wiring. So if the train suddenly stops, it's probably because it's just lost its connection. Because obviously this isn't the track plan, this is just some track that I've just put down as an oval, just to try and get a train running, to see if it works, and just to test the levels and things like that. So that's all it is. So just don't be fooled in thinking that this is just going to be a track plan and that's it. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. But like I said, I am thinking of splitting it in two and sort of having a curved back seam that runs across the middle and then back round that way, and then have a secondary back seam which is right at the back to try and give it some depth. So the front bit might be slightly lower, and then the back bit would be slightly, the back seam at the back would be slightly higher, just to try and give it a bit of depth. That's kind of the idea that I'm toying with, but in terms of what it's actually going to have on the station, I'm not sure. I'm going to try and make use out of all the buildings and that I have, and try and minimise that, and see what happens really. I'm not really too sure. To be honest with you, I kind of wanted this one really just to be able to run some trains on the circuit and not have to sort of worry too much. What I really want is for it to run properly, and considering that this track isn't pinned down at all and it's just literally just sitting on the top, then I'm actually quite surprised it's still running with no problems. No, there is no secret to it, to be honest with you, Anthony. It's just like I said, I'm not entirely certain. There's a couple of ideas that are kind of floating around in my mind. One is something like quite an urban scene with it, and then there's a layout called Selsdon Park which I'm quite interested in. Right, size curve, I'm not too sure, because this is actually set track curve that I got from my recovery train set with a class 20. I think these are probably second radius curves, maybe even third, but I think they're more like probably second radius curves at the moment that it's running on. I can't remember what John Warner did ask me. Do I still have the buildings from Ringwood South? Do I have buildings? I do have buildings from Ringwood South. What I could salvage from there, I salvaged. I think I salvaged buildings, and I salvaged. I didn't salvage a turntable. The turntable went straight in a bin because that was just driving me absolutely loopy. And so the turntable went in the bin. I did keep a lot of the buildings, and I've kept what I could. And yes, so yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. So if my brain sort of decides to go on a bit of a curveball. Yeah, so this is it for now. If I I'm going to take you off, and hopefully I won't delete you or anything and switch you off. Right, so let me spin you around. Right. So that's how it is at the moment as my Class 50 trundles around. It's not actually running that great, this 50, which is why it's been on here. It's my most recent one, but it's sort of, I think it needs a bit of work. I was trying to find my tools for my locos, and I can't find them. They're packed away in one of the boxes, so I'll have to try and get them round. Yeah, I've had these for ages, actually. I know some people say they were having trouble getting hold of these, but I've had these for a long time. It's just what I had to hand, to be honest. I thought I'd let it just run with something. Um, so that's how it looks at the moment, but I think it needs some strengthening along the middle, which is what I'm going to be doing, just so it doesn't stop it from twisting. At the moment, it is twisting a little bit, which, I mean, it does move, but I'm just a bit hesitant about moving it at the moment until I strengthen it, which is what I probably will do. These are some of my tools that Alan was asking me about. And this is my trusty workbox, which I've had for ages. I've had this for years, donkey's years. That's my cordless drill. And I've got some other bits and pieces in my Bosch box, including sanders and things like that, and other drills as well. But the plan is to actually, Dave over at Cottesmore kindly messengered me yesterday and told me about some drawers from IKEA, which I'm thinking is what's going to probably go around here. And maybe some separate drawers here for locos and things like that, and some storage. And my TV will go under there, and then I'll be able to sort of like probably have to make another custom piece of furniture, because it might be a bit too low, but I'm not too fussed, because the TV isn't the major thing for me. Will I be building a station? I've got station buildings to hand, so I won't be building, whether I use the one I actually built over at Beringer, or whether or not I use one of the other buildings that I have. I will let you know. I'm not too sure, because like I said, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing with this. I'm taking ideas. I did do a search on YouTube yesterday over 8x4 layouts. Okay, this is 9'6" by 4 feet, so it's slightly longer, but I was trying to draw some inspiration and see what other people have come up with, and whether I do it on a two-tier basis and have something going on the bottom layer and then something going on the top layer, is something that I might possibly turn around with. But at the moment, this is just a preliminary thing, because I'm currently on holiday at the moment, so I'm just trying to get all the heavy duty work done now. Now, one of the things I want to show you on this 50, now if you have 50s, I'm going to stop it right there. There's a couple of things I wanted to show you about these 50s, and it's quite a few. I think there's a few other Hornby locomotives. There's a, oh God, I've just gone and knocked it, haven't I? You can see that there's like a 3-link coupling here. Now, I've removed it on a number of 50s. I haven't done it on this one. Because what happens with a lot of these is they tend to drop, and what happens is if they do that and you go around curves, as I did on my first curve when I hooked this up and it was dropped, it basically stopped the coupling from going around the curve and basically derailed the train. So just something to bear in mind if you've got these 50s. You might be able to see it a bit clearer on the front. I'm not sure if you can, but that's something just to bear in mind if you do have these 50s. That, and maybe even, like I said, I'm not quite sure about some of the other Hornby locomotives, but as you can see, that 3-link coupling. I've had so many issues with these, so I've actually tended to cut them off because they're just a nuisance, to be honest. I've ended up taking them off because they're just such a pain in the neck. So I had this happen to me today because I'd forgotten all about it. I've done it on a lot of other 50s, but I haven't done it on this one, where this is just, because some of them are quite tight and you leave them up there and they'll stay up there, but it does look a bit off. But if they fall down and they get caught on the coupling, then as soon as it goes around the curve, it just derails the whole lot. So I'll just send this on our merry way again. Are they Hornby or Sea or Batman? I think they were. I'd like to think they were. I think they were Hornby, if I remember. Yeah, Hornby. Let's see if they've got an R number on them. No, they haven't, but it is a Hornby one, as you can see. I thought they were Hornbys. I wasn't sure, because I do have some Bachmann ones. I had some EWS Bachmann ones, but I found out with a couple of the Hornby with the Bachmann ones that I don't know how it passed quality control, but it actually lost. There was an axle missing on one of the bogies, and I don't know why. But yeah, that's kind of so that's kind of what it is really. So yeah, so this is it, folks. It's nothing special or terribly exciting today, but it was just to kind of give you a bit of a progress. I did actually buy this piece of skirting here as well, just to curve it off, just to tidy it up. So yeah, well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I'm not sure whether just to put another secondary oval in it and then develop it from there. Like I said, I do have a few ideas, but like I said, at the moment, this is basically still testing and putting the framework together. So I'm just going to strengthen the framework is my next thing. Like I said, I'm going to put another piece along the back there as well to strengthen it, because that's what it really needs, and that will stop it from getting distorted and everything. So that's kind of like going to be my next kind of thing that I'm going to be doing, I think. So yeah, so we're getting there, and I'm still trying to catch up on people's videos. There's so many people that have got videos out there to catch up on, and so yeah. So on that note, it's just going to be short and sweet today. I'm just going to leave you just see this my 50 trundling around one last time. I'll tell you what else, since you were asking. I salvaged that. I did salvage the warehouses. So I don't know how that's going to work, or where I'm going to put it, or how it's going to fit in the grand scheme of things. But that will be it really. So until the next time from Ringwood South, Mildenhall, I should say. God, I've still gone on back in the old. See, I liked Ringwood South, but I do like the idea of having a circuit layout. So until the next time, it's going to be bye from Ringwood South. I'll get it out of my head. It's still in my system. Mildenhall. I'll get it out eventually. So yeah, goodbye from Mildenhall. Donut. Thank you. Yeah, well, I guess that's what it is. That's why I was thinking of Ringwood South, because I was thinking of the warehouses behind me. That's probably what it is. So, Alan, before I go, and before you go, I did watch your running session. I absolutely loved it. So, if you haven't seen Alan's running session featuring the 9F, then go ahead and watch that on his channel. So, until next time, everybody, take care and bye for now. Bye from Mildenhall. Bye.